first year of MBBS is purely lab-based. So you see dead bodies, you cut them up, you do biochemical experiments, you learn how the body works. You don't actually interact with real patients. During your second year, you start entering the hospital. Okay, and that also after 6 months of the second year. So after 18 months of study, you actually go and get to touch a real patient. That's when you are exposed to 21 fields of medicine. Yes, there are 21 specializations possible in medicine. And I'm just talking about basic MDs, not even super specialized. So that's when you realize whether you want to go into something that is surgical or that is non-surgical. Very broadly, non-surgical has no cutting. So what do we mean by cutting? You don't hold a scalpel in your hand. You don't open up a live person. You use your mind and your stethoscope. So that's when, so as soon as you enter the ward, that's when you decide whether you're a surgically oriented person or a non-surgically oriented person. Standing in the 10th standard or just after you finish school and saying that you want to become a neurosurgeon or a cardiothoracic surgeon doesn't really make sense. I wanted to become a sports medicine specialist. But once I entered an orthopedic OT, I realized that this is not something that really makes me want to live life. You have to find something that spurs you on and that encourages you to wake up every morning, right? So it's either surgical or non-surgical. Once you've broadly decided that, then you subdivide it. If you want to do micro surgeries, if you like delicate structures, then you go in for ophthalmology, so eye surgery, ENT, ear surgery. If you like bones, then of course you go into orthopedics. Now you can even subspecialize in orthopedics and become only a shoulder surgeon or only a knee surgeon. If you're a stethoscope-driven person, you have general medicine, respiratory medicine, pediatrics, psychiatry, anesthesia. So many things are possible, skin. Then if you still want to study further, which I definitely did not want to do, that's why I didn't go further and into a super specialization. Then you decide whether you want to do neurology, cardiology, or do hematology. So study only blood. I mean, it's literally you're studying only blood. Right now, even in chest medicine, you can become an interventional pulmonologist, meaning that you only do scopies. So you put a scope, that's a flexible tube down somebody's nose, look inside the lungs and decide how to fix that. So don't enter MBBS with a particular goal in mind, because when you're exposed to 21 subjects, anything can make you change or make you even further your ambition. So you decide basically surgical, non-surgical only in second MBBS, and then you decide further.
That's incredible. So what I'm understanding from what you're saying is never walk into an MBBS thinking that, okay, this is what I want to do. Walk in blank slate. I like medicine, so I'm doing MBBS. First year,
you want to help people, so you do MBBS.
Yeah. And then first year is general education. Second year, after 6 months, is when you get into a hospital. And then when you start interacting with patients and when you start, either cutting them open or diagnosing them, then you decide, okay, surgical, non-surgical, or which one of the 21 specializations.
And then of course we have the great need, which can either, if you land up with an amazing rank, you have the world at your feet. You land up with a rank of 10,000, you don't want to repeat. You just don't want to repeat. You're done studying, but you want to do something. Then you take what you get. What do I mean by you take what you get? You sometimes at a rank of 10,000, you will get a specialization or an MD in pharmacology, which is, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just non-clinical. You won't be interacting with patients. So if you're hell-bent that, I'm not going to study, but I want an MD, then you do that. So at some point, the need takes away your freedom of choice.
Got it. Understood. And do you ever get back that freedom of choice in the future? Let's say I rank not so well at NEET and then I take what I get. But at some point, I want to shift into a different kind of specialization or super specialization. Is that an option that's open for me?
So say I wanted to do medicine. I wanted to do radiology. Okay, radiology, orthopedics, skin, dermatology go very, very high. Okay, so all the seats get filled in the first 100 ranks. I wanted to do radiology, but I'm getting only general surgery. So how do I get something. So you specialize in surgery which involves a lot of robotics, or involves the computer, or involves reading of scans. So that's how that, but then again, that involves a lot of more study, more fellowships, more specializations. So again, that your question is twofold. The answer is twofold. The yes to a part, but not completely again. You asked me why I chose respiratory medicine. Very frankly, I was in love with my stethoscope. Through my journey in MBBS, there was no way that I could convince myself to wake up every morning to enter an operation theater and cut somebody up. It's not like I didn't like the sight of blood or I got abhorred by it. It's not something that I could make myself get out of bed every morning for. Whereas sitting back and trying to diagnose or find why a person was sick appealed to me a lot more. So that's how I chose respiratory medicine. Again, I got my college of choice and my field of choice in the second attempt. Very lucky again. That still is lucky, because again, you're looking at 1,500 people from Maharashtra for 150. So it narrows it down even more. So got the field of choice, finished that, and in this extremely competitive world, there is no glamour in medicine. I must tell you that. In this very competitive field, you have to have some edge over the person sitting next to you. So that's why the DNB and the European diploma and the infectious disease specialization and all those things.